Hi, it's Tim with iCoat. We're doing a series on preventing amber layers. This is segment 3. We just mixed this resin a minute ago, and we're going to get in the molds as quickly as we can because epoxy en masse creates heat. We don't want that to happen. Once it's in the molds, the resin's going to do most of the work for you and release all the bubbles for the first 30 minutes. However, the first 5 or 10 minutes is where it's going to release most of the bubbles. And by getting it in there quickly, you're going to buy yourself a lot of extra time to deal with anything that's coming from the flowers or the surface bubbles. Now, the maximum layers can be determined. I've already determined them here. There's a lot of different things. Altitude, temperature, and especially humidity dictate how much I can pour in there. Humidity can actually increase the temperature during curing and shorten your curing time by up to 25%. So the idea is we want to gather some information, and we're going to do that with an infrared temperature gun. After it's in the molds, after about an hour and a half, you're going to get a temperature spike. Again, if I leave that in mass for another 5 or 10 minutes, I'm going to get a higher spike at the end of the hour and a half, and I don't want that. We want it to be less than 120 degrees. And you're going to be able to determine your thicknesses in your area by gathering some data that, like we have done here. Now, I already know that I can pour a 12 by 12 with this much epoxy, 10 by 10, 8 by 8, 6 by 6, and a 3 by 3. I already know that here at this time of the year. So I'm going to take this. It's the quickest way to do it because I've already got it pre-marked and I know what I'm going to use. So I'm just going to fill that up to the 12 by 12, drop it in there. I'm going to do the same with the 10 by 10. Drop it in there. By 8 by 8. And my 3 by 3. Now we're going to continue to monitor their temperatures as we go along. You could already see the bubbles are rising from the epoxy itself and coming to the surface. We're going to wait. We're going to be patient. Give it 5, give it 10 minutes before we add heat. Because the more heat that we add to it, the hotter it's going to get and the more likelihood that we're going to have amber layers. By gathering the information as you go, you're going to build data points for yourself. You're going to be very consistent in what you do. And that's going to be very important. It takes all the guesswork out of it. My name's Tim Phelps. I'm with iCoat Epoxy. We're at iCoat.epoxy on Instagram, and we're at www.icoatproducts.com, and I'm always available to assist.